What is everybody doing? So, what you guys are getting ready to see here is something that unfolded today while I was on my way home from work. And I tell you guys all the time how I'm one of those people that if I see somebody on the side of the road, I try to ask questions, make sure they're okay. Da 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 da. If usually I'm just being real. If it's a man, it seems like he's capable of handling things, like he got things under control, I usually don't say nothing. If it's a woman, maybe she have kids, I'll stop and say, hey, is everything okay? Have you called for insurance? They'll usually say yeah. So anyway, today I was on my way home and I went a direction that I never go. And the reason why I went that direction is because I was planning on going to eat at a place that me and some coworkers have been talking about, and I heard this place was really, really good, and I decided I was going to go that direction. So I put the address in my GPS. I started going that direction, and as I was going that direction, I saw this woman who had a strange gait pattern. Gait pattern. Okay, what I mean, she was walking funny. She had two bags in her hands, and she was walking like she was injured or hurt. I see people in the store all the time that when they're walking, they seem like they got some sort of a limp or, some type of back issue, so they're walking funny. So when I rolled past her, she was on the right side of the road. And I remember blatantly, like, I put my hazard lights on and go drive in the middle of the road because this is like these 2-lane roads. Y'all know, like those back roads. Anyway, this is in a nice suburb area. And while I was driving, I saw her walking like that. And so what I did, I rolled past her. And you know how it is where, I rolled past her, looked at my side mirror, and as I rode past, I seen that she had like a face on, like she was just in distress, and she was looked like she was just recently being dirty or whatever. Y'all know what I mean? Like, you know how it is when you got old dirt on you versus somebody got like new dirt on, like dirt was like still like looking dusty on it. It wasn't like embedded in her clothes and that. So anyway, I seen it all out of my side mirror. So I kept driving, and I was like, oh, okay, you Tyler, you have to at least ask her if she want to ride, because she looked like she just was like terrible shape. So anyway, I turned around, went back. I said, I went back, and when I passed her, I saw that, I had my window down. I slowed down while she was coming towards me, and I was going towards her. I was on the other side of the road, and as I passed her, I noticed that she was just like, I'm like, well, man, yeah, I'm gonna ask her if she need a ride, because she seemed like she just crying, like she want to get somewhere, and something happened. So I went ahead and turned around. I pulled up next to her, and I asked her if she needed a ride, and the first thing she said is that her boyfriend stabbed her, tried to kill her or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, wait, what? Hold on, time out. Hold on, let me pull over here and let me get this understanding from you. So, what you guys are getting ready to see in this video is me actually making sure I'm hearing her clear, and I turned my phone on as if I was talking on it, whatever, like that, telling her I was about to call 911. And what unfolded here is really, really like a godsend. While I'm talking to her, she started telling me that her boyfriend stabbed her, and she had a stab wound in her leg, and it was really, really in the area. And so when you inside of somebody's thigh and you get stabbed there's something there called a femoral artery. You talking, if you puncture that sucker good enough, you talking maybe 2 minutes tops, you're gonna bleed out and you're gonna die. And you guys are gonna see how bloody her pants was. So anyway, whenever I had the video and she showed me her leg, there was a police officer that just happened to be riding by, and I stuck my hand out the window and started waving at him. I started waving. He waved at me, but then he kind of like, I'm like, no, come here. So he drove down and whipped his car around, and when he whipped it around, he started pulling up, and that's when I was like, okay. She started walking towards the police officer, and that's when I went ahead. Thank God I keep my medical bag in my car. And I jumped out. She started telling the story about how the boyfriend tried to stab her, and he's getting information from her. And while he's doing that, he went to go get gloves. Like I said, he went to go put his gloves on, and I went on ahead and packed her, put gauze over the wound, and then I went on ahead and I got something called TheraBand. And we got one. The TheraBands comes in different strengths, which I know y'all don't care. But anyway, I got one of our strongest TheraBands out of the car, and I pretty much tied it off really, really tight around the leg. Told it was going to be uncomfortable. Tied it off really tight. And when I did that, the officer was calling in other units to come in there and help, and he called in the ambulance as well. And during that time, he stayed down there and applied pressure. Now, when all this is going on, somebody else pulled out behind me and jumped out the car, and it just so happened this man turned out to be a firefighter, and also he turned out to be a firefighter, and he turned out to be a EMT, first responder. So this lady had all these people around her that can help her. Police officers, first responder. I'm a first responder. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys this video and let you see what happened in it.
So he just stabbed you in your leg?
Yeah, we've been arguing and everything.
Yeah, you probably want to get something done there because you don't know if they hit an artery or something. Yeah, so yeah, I saw her walking and crying, and I'm like, let me turn around and see what's going on.
Yeah,
He's
I'm a medic.
Hey, so
We don't care about one. We're not running anything.
147. Did it have a camper shell by chance? Did it have a camper shell on it? His truck? Tell him.
you don't want to give his name?
Come on, help us out here. We're going to help you.
Because you know what the next step is going to be,
I was
right?
gonna say, he's gonna end up killing you next. If
That's
he
gonna be the
stabs
next
you in your
step.
leg, I mean, your next step is what's gonna happen when he stabs you in the side of the truck and
Thank
just
heaven.
throws you off in the ditch.
Because you do know if he would have hit your artery, you wouldn't even made it like 2 minutes down that road.
Tammy, we're here to help you.
Huh?
What's Steven's last name?
If you don't want to say it, is it in your phone? So that way you can say you didn't tell them that they took your phone and looked at it?
Has Jeffco dealt with you two before? Jeffco's never been involved with you guys in a domestic or anything? No? Fire must be busy today. Crazy. I'm fine. Do you want to set your stuff down, Tammy? We'll make sure that you're not. Because we're gonna.
153.
Is this a white male or a black male?
White now.
White male.
You want to pull it back?
How's everybody?
Good, except for him.
He's got a stab wound to the leg here.
It's a puncture.
You put this on, what about?
It was around 150, 153. Yep.
You guys did it? Yeah.
Yep, I put it on there though.
How big is the laceration? You call this
It's a nice puncture.
Okay, would you know what she was stabbed with? Was it a knife?
Yeah. Was it a steak knife? Was it a pocket knife? Pocket knife?
How long was the blade? That long? About 4 inches.
Do you live in Tangalong, or do you guys reside together? Here, we'll get this to you, okay? But
You were already on that call, sir, by the time you were coming down the road?
no,
You just happened to be driving by
Yeah.
too? Yeah, that's because I was getting good.
I didn't know if.
That was perfect time because I was like getting ready. Right when you see me pull over, I was getting ready to say, well, jump in the car if you need to go to the hospital.
At first, I thought she just was walking and you were going to see if she needed help or something. You guys flag me down.
Man.
2017-54. That's okay. Sorry?
Where does he live?
You know, come on, just tell him.
We have to
Oh, y'all got this right on the Stephen Kirby. Yeah, that's right. That's crazy.
I see it every day. Every freaking
Yeah, and then I come from Chicago, so I'm.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I knew right when I seen her walking like that, I was like, yeah, this don't look too good. So I turned right around and asked her, can I take her somewhere? And she's like, can you take me to the hospital? And she was like, look, and what happened? My boyfriend just stabbed me. And that's when I whipped on over. I was like, well, hey, come on and get in the car. Where? And she's like, well, he's right down the road. I'm like, well, get in the car right now. And oh, I'm scared. Well, I'm not. So he don't roll up. Yeah.
I carry a pistol everywhere I go.
I'm not the one to roll up on. Is all I was telling her. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So, man.
We always have to drive that by, or he's probably parked somewhere watching right now.
Exactly.
They always good for doing that, man. The sad thing is that a lot of times they don't even want to, like how she was doing, they don't want to tell who the person is that did it to him.
Yeah, you need any Germax? Use some Germax?
I got my.
Can I just get your info real quick in case they
I know we had gloves on and everything, but just in case.
Yeah, I know. I got a shit ton of
Yeah, you can get my name and all that. Yeah.
I don't know if Jeffco's going to want it, since she's saying it happened in Jeffco, the stabbing, but we will have.
Same thing, Lifford 204 Chamber 5.
What's your first name?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. Like, tell him you walking down the road right now and come get you.
Right.
It's crazy, man. Okay, now, after this was all said and done, what you guys didn't get to see is that we had a nice long talk with her. She was not trying to give up this man's name. You know, she was not trying to give it up. And the reason why I'm saying is because this is what I talk about. We talk about this on our channel. You would rather deal with the pain of getting abused, almost killed, and hurt because you don't want to get somebody in trouble. And you don't want to get somebody in trouble because you don't want them mad at you, is what this lady was saying. How much more mad can the person be? And as y'all see, I stated in their video, it could have been worse. He could have killed, and you heard the police officer say it too, he could have killed you, you know. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, is this what you want? So she still was not trying to give up his name and his phone number. And as they were getting on the ambulance, she started to cry. I mean, she was crying through the whole thing, but she started to cry and was going to eventually say what the man's name is. And I was pretty much like, look, you can be silent right now and not say nothing. Or you can wait till tomorrow when you go back to where he is and you won't be able to say nothing. So she went on ahead and apparently she was finding some way to call him, and then he called her back. And when he called her back, y'all didn't get to see this, when he called her back on the ambulance, the police officers then like started like doing their stuff by keeping him on the phone, keeping him talking, having her say, you know, this and that. And I'm the one, I kind of threw it and I said, how about y'all tell her to tell him, hey, you know, you left me out here and I'm steady walking, I'm bleeding real bad. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? That way he can come back. So she eventually did the right thing. She gave his name up, and the police then were looking for him. So moral of the story is, folks, I think it was not by accident that I happened to be going a direction that I don't go and happened to see this woman and turn around. The police officer, you heard him in the video say, oh, I saw you go over there and pull over, and I thought what was going on. Then I seen you flag me down, and then, you know, then the EMT firefighter showed up. So I think that was definitely something that was planned by the Almighty. And I let her know that this, you don't, you know, I told her, you know, of course y'all didn't get to see because I kept on turning the camera on and off. I didn't want them to see that I was recording. But anyway, I let her know that, you know, you think this is by accident, that 3 people, you had like the 3 best things you can have right there. You had a medical trained professional, you had an EMT/firefighter, and you had a police officer right there. You couldn't have been in a better predicament. I said, don't take this as something that's real life. Take this as this might have been your last chance to say, look, for all this to happen like that, like what we call amongst war, I'm just telling you, we call it divine intervention. For something like this to happen, to have all these people in all these different walks of life come. Don't take that lightly. Take that as that's an answer. That's an answer to a prayer that you might have to get out of this whole thing. And the police officer said it's a done deal anyway, because now it doesn't turn into no domestic abuse or anything like that. This is turned into possibly attempted murder. Yeah. It may not seem like it to y'all because you don't see it all glorified and all this and news and reporting and da-da-da, but that lady, seriously, with that gash in her leg, he had, I think she said, like a 6-inch blade or something like that, and she had a deep gash in her leg, and it was not squirting out, so he didn't hit an artery. But the fact that that lady, you heard me say in the video, she would have probably, if you'd have hit the artery, whatever like that, that lady probably would have went 1-2 minutes tops, and she would have passed out and died. So anyway, that being said, folks, if you ever see anybody on the side of the road, whatever like that, or anything like that, if it's not in you to do or try to check on somebody, I don't hate you for that. Not everybody is like that. But at the same time, don't forget, we are all humans. We're all brothers and sisters, no matter what. At least if you just ask a question to see if they're okay. I wouldn't probably been able to sleep knowing that I left that lady there. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows if the guy was still in the area and he saw me pull on, the police did that? Who knows what would happen? What if he would came to just run her over and kept going? Because it was on like one of those back roads in the back road of a nice suburb area, but she could have easily been ran over by him, and he could have kept going, and not too many people probably would have seen him, because you had a passerby coming like once. I mean, when we were over there for a whole time, once every 5 some odd minutes, cars were coming by until they seen the police, sirens and all that, and then he seen the ambulance coming. Everybody kind of, ooh, what's going on? But anyway, make sure you just check on one another when you see things like that. Make sure you just at least ask somebody if they're all right, and if you feel scared that you know you can't help them, say, do you need me to call somebody for you or anything like that? They say no. Can I use your phone? No, I can call the police for you. Otherwise, at least just check to see if a person okay, because you never know. Who knows if we may have saved, that lady's life today. So with that being said, I'm gonna check out. Let me know what y'all thoughts. Share any stories that you might have with me or anything that you've done something for somebody. Let us all hear these things, because positivity is something that we definitely all need to be hearing today. What story do you have that you can share to uplift us about something that you've done before? I'd like to hear from you and hear your story and how it all went down. And what you would do, you leave it in the comments below after this video, all right? Don't forget, if you have been if you have been following me and you have not subscribed to me yet, be sure to do that in that little red box or little dot, something right there. And then also, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you like seeing the great and good things that humanity do. That's what we do here, right? We all trying to help one another, especially in times like this, period. It ain't even just got to be times like this, anytime, period. And if that's up to you, listen to me. This is not no minister or nothing like that. I ain't talking about some pay ties so you can be blessed. Some of you guys have been emailing me, and I can show the emails. People have asked, how can I donate to just for what you're doing, for the videos you're doing, work you're putting in, the advice you're giving, I just want to send you something, whatever like that. If you want to do that and you feel compelled to do that, totally up to you. I don't care if you do or don't, okay? I appreciate it if you do, and I also appreciate it if you don't. As long as you give me a little moral support, leaving comments, I enjoy that too, okay? You will see that in the description. It says, like, after it says, if you like what you've been seeing, like, subscribe, comment, keep on going down. You will see a Patreon link, and you will see a PayPal link. If you don't want to be a part of Patreon, then you can definitely just send something through PayPal. If you want to, I don't care. Seriously, I don't. But it's up to you. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm not a good salesman. The people tell me I need to make sure I say that. All right? I'm about to check out, folks. Be good to one another. I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you through Jesus. I'm a survivor. Right here is most likely the next video that you're going to go to if you are watching the premiere. This is going to lead you to the next reaction video. This one right here is most likely going to be the video you're going to watch that has stuff to do with me and my comedy stuff, different things that I do, all right?